Hello, mate. This might finally come and smash your PC. You heard everything we've been saying. You heard everything we've been saying. OBS just crashed completely. It froze up. It didn't even want to close. I've changed in hopes that it's gonna do something. I've tried it before and it didn't really help. But I'm trying it again. Because it happens when the GPU gets pushed. I'm now streaming off the CPU, which is risky considering it's not really a streaming CPU. But yeah, at least, I don't know. Like I said, I've tried it before. I don't think it worked from what I can remember, but I'm trying it again. Yeah, I hope the quality is going to be the same. I think I set everything up pretty much the same as it was when it was streaming off the GPU. I'm going to open my window. Yeah, everything should be set up the same. So I hope there's not really like any dip in visual quality. Okay. It's promising because I am dropping frames. I'm not at a 60. And we're still going. So far so good. It's quite a busy platform, isn't it? Considering we're playing Chainsaw World. I don't think that would bode well for my possible ambassadorship. Anyway, you didn't miss much. We finished that dialogue and then... Jesus Christ. My frames have dropped all the way down. And I don't really know why. Like, I was standing at the same spot. I was just hanging around the same spot. And the frame just dropped. I don't know, man. It's difficult to make sense of. Oh, where's this train, bro? Just get me out of the station. The station's a problem. Is it this one, finally? Oh, this is sick. I never noticed this. Cool. Patriot. Jesus Christ. What on earth, man? What on earth? And then it will just go fight. Like, I don't understand. Either be consistently at 5 FPS or pattern up and be constantly at 60. I don't understand the up and down when there's nothing really going on around. So frustrating, man. I think I need to clear that manually. But at least the frame drops aren't crashing everything. Okay, Jin should be set up realistically, innit? I'm so certain that the GPU has its own like dedicated streaming encoder, right? That doesn't like interact with the gaming stuff, with the rest of the stuff. I always thought that would kind of like separate it from issues. Ah, another night trip in the snow. Who saw this one coming? Is there not a neutral section down this end? I look tired, do I? Do I look any different to how I looked before? Yeah, maybe just annoyance. Naturally. I don't feel like I look any different though. Pardon me. I don't know whether it's a streaming software. I really don't know what it is, because from the research I've done, from the people I've spoken to, no one has as big of a hit to their games as I do when I've got Streamlabs open or OBS. I'm the only one in the world apparently. It would be a game. It would be a TSW thing if it didn't happen across the board. And I've tried so many different fixes. It's ridiculous. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to put it to rundown. What made me go from Streamlabs back to OBS was the fact that out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, when I would go live on Streamlabs would show me live, just the normal stuff, that's like a timer starts, Twitch chat open, well, let me just say the chat opens up on the right hand side, just your normal stuff that happens when you start streaming. It would say live, etc. But you'd go on Twitch and there's nothing there. You'd go on YouTube, there's nothing there. When I had TikTok on it as well, you'd go on TikTok, there's nothing there. But Streamlabs says I'm live. Out of nowhere, bro. Out of nowhere. So this is how it happened basically. I did TikTok. So the day AC Evo came out, so for that stream, I also added TikTok for the first time onto the outputs, destinations. Sorry. And everything worked fine. And then for another 2 streams, I think 2 or 3 streams, everything worked fine. And then the day after one of the streams, it started doing it. It did it. So said I was live on the app, but I wasn't actually live. And then I thought to myself, okay, well, it would make sense that it would be maybe TikTok causing the issue, even though it was working fine previously, because that was the last thing I changed. So I removed TikTok as a destination. It was working fine. Twitch and YouTube alone. Did my day stream. Did my evening stream of Cyberpunk. Finished streaming, turned the PC off. Following day, turned the PC back on to start streaming CSW, I guess. Wasn't working. That was a day when the stream was delayed by like an hour plus. Wasn't working. Uninstalled, reinstalled, logged in with YouTube instead of Twitch. Made sure like the stream keys and stuff are up to date. Just the basic. Oh, try this, try that. If something's not working, I exhausted all of those. So I started using OBS instead. I'm not doing TikTok right now. In order for me to add TikTok onto the list of destinations, I need to sign up to a Restream, because that's what I'm using now to stream to both Twitch and YouTube. I need to sign up to a Restream subscription, which I'm happy to do to add another destination. Because I had a Streamlabs subscription. I had Streamlabs Ultra, which allowed me to stream to multiple destinations, but I've cancelled that now. So once I get paid, I'm going to get a Restream subscription so that I can add TikTok again. But yeah, I want to do stuff on TikTok. I just, like I've said before, it's really difficult to do the content I kind of do and make it TikTok content. I don't really do much video content, and the video content that I do, you can't really get TikTok content from it, or shorts or reels or whatever. And the live streams, I can't watch 3-4 hours of footage looking for bits and bobs, you know. So all I can really do is stream. So we're doing that, and I'm keeping an eye out on what can be made into shorts and reels and TikToks. I was paying for Streamlabs, yeah. You actually get access to a great deal. On my videos, the subscribe click thingy and Twitch thing, I got those templates from Streamlabs. You can, there's like things to help you make thumbnails. There's tons of stream overlays. A lot of really useful stuff, to be fair. But the core foundation is streaming. And if I can't do that, why am I paying you? To save the times, what do you mean to save the time slot? So I've just been yapping. Viewership for TSW has really dropped soon. I don't know if it's like my personal viewership or just viewership of TSW in general. But do you remember like around like, I guess summer meant the holidays too. But it is the evening right now. Like before I had to stop streaming for a while, I don't think we went below double digits concurrent. And I've realized like I've been watching my viewership over the past few weeks, and it's been really, really low. Oh, right, no. Yeah, absolutely, that would be helpful. I've needed that so many times. So many times. No new DLC. Even when there is DLC though, like you think you'd get the most viewership during the TSW, like during the release day streams, right? And I was dialoguing about it myself yesterday. I was like, realistically, all that happens on those streams is I will get new faces, which is the plan. But they'll come in, they'll ask, "Oh, is it worth it? How do you feel about it?" And then that's it. They just leave. Like I don't actually build the channel. by the next day, everything's back to same old. I was thinking maybe it's because I don't stream TSW as like consistently as I used to, which is partly the reason why I'm going back to streaming it quite a bit. Hello, Tapoli. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I think I very clearly said hello, Tapoli, and Google thing opened on my phone. I've heard that streaming off the CPU causes better quality to the stream, but I don't think that's the case. No, do you know what bitrate you stream at? I believe 6,000 is the Twitch limit, right? If you do anything above, which I've tried before, the stream will just be a black screen. YouTube will allow it, but Twitch won't. 6,000, okay. Just get bored of TSW. It could be that as well. It could be that as well. That's what I've been wondering. It could be, yeah, either one or the two. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, it could be a bunch of reasons, man. Even since like mid TSW 4, it's fallen off a little bit. I mean, the player count, realistically, the player count is the highest on like release day, right? Or like when it's fresh. But it hasn't hit the records of either TSW 4 or 3. Nowhere near from what I remember. So definitely the interest in TSW in general has dropped. But I don't know, man. Like, I was playing Simro the other day and I made a comment of how I was the only person streaming it. Only person streaming Simro on the entirety of Twitch. And I only had 7 people watching. Whereas the Twitch streams, those Simro streams would do numbers compared to everything else. Especially on YouTube. Relative to like my other streams. So I don't know, man. Everything's just like... I don't know if everything that I'm streaming is falling off. I don't know if I'm falling off. Put the shoe out. Like a Flintstone. Ever achieved for any TSW ASR? Because I remember when it came out, when it first came out, like the first week, it wasn't. That wasn't the case. On Steam, wow, okay. Okay. Well, what are the numbers like now? I wonder what the average is now. Compared to the others. Train gonna leave sometime soon? 18. Okay, it's leaving. $400 short from the record of TSW2. Yeah, no surprise there, to be honest. And that may have been rush hour. May have been, I don't know. Higher than 3 and 4. Ah, that's something. Higher than 3 doesn't really come as a surprise. 4... I don't think 4 really had a reason to draw in a lot of players. And yeah, like you said, the free it being free helps a lot. Hello, Wayne. I've started watching the video on Discord. I see if time plays W. That's the danger of it, Wayne. I mean, to be fair, there's a few things that I would see already. I just didn't really understand it, but now I do. But yeah, it's the same for a lot of games these days. So unless they're gonna avoid gaming altogether, it's not great. It's a shame. It's a shame. It does explain a lot of things. I think it's still a very dear shame. Because it speaks for the state of games, generally speaking. I don't know. I hope he can recover. And things can go, you know. To be fair though, yeah. Like, I would think every now and again, okay, I remember what performance was like when I was younger. And what I would have needed. And like what I've got now far exceeds that kind of thing. So realistically, even though games are moving forwards, if the requirement trajectory was on that same development path, how am I still with this hardware not hitting some like ridiculous numbers? That makes sense. Yeah. If we're gonna be honest, it is unlikely that anything will change soon. But we'll see. We'll see. One thing that will always be a shame to me is VR. I still feel like that was never really exploited the way it should have been. And I know I say like, oh, I've got mine laying here and I haven't touched it for like a year, but have I had a reason to pick it up? Not really. At one point, I really wanted to get my hands on the newer Quest 3, but do I have a reason to pick it up? There's definitely things to do in the meta store and things that I can like have fun with, but ultimately, like the vision I had when I was younger for VR, I just really haven't seen anything, man. Third of the player count. Goodness gracious me. What was Simro on before ASR? But you have to find them, Wayne, and that's the thing. It would be AAA titles that were like leading the way for gaming development. You know, with like game changing, quote unquote, you know, visual quality and stuff like this. And I don't know, man. Just that passion, that energy, it just seems to have just vanished, man. To a baseline of 400. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. That's valid. Got a bit of a stomachache. I haven't played either Metro or the the new Resident Evil games. But yeah, Cyberpunk surprised me. I know obviously it came with its issues initially, but the devs have done well to bring it up to the standard that it's currently at today. I actually didn't think, because in my head I still have a lot of the negative press that was around when it first came out. So in my head there was no way I'd play it anywhere near the settings that I currently play it at, even with DLSS and stuff. But yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised. Seems like there is some hope. $50 people is not much. I mean, I guess if we're talking 400-500, I guess it is a big chunk, to be fair. I forgot I'm chasing down a train. Soon released. How soon? Is there any has there been any further clues? Oh man, Assassin's Creed is just the same game that takes place in different locations though. I played maybe up to like half of Mirage. I think it was Mirage, one that takes place in Iraq. And it was a pretty cool game for me to play. But that's only because that was my first ever Assassin's Creed title. But I'm well aware that it's copied and pasted from different locations. Well, it's copy and paste taken place in different locations. This century, yeah, this century is more likely. Or this decade. This millennia. We hope so. Climbing tower to unlock the map in 3 different game series. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Perhaps I could play all of those games one after the other and enjoy each one in its own right. But it would be unlikely. I don't know. I can't really judge it. I can't really judge it until like I've done it myself. I know from what I've heard, Far Cry's fallen off quite a bit. That was a title I was looking forward to playing. PS5 is in early stages, so it's likely to come to Xbox first, basically. Final stages of testing. Wow, okay. Well, wait, there's a community project mod for, I think it's the first one. I think it could be the second one, I'm not sure. But apparently it like practically changes the game. So it could be worth having a look at it, bringing some freshness to the to your Watch Dogs experience. Ubisoft is French. Makes sense. I don't know. I listen. The only Ubisoft title I really play is The Crew, and I adore that game. Now, there's definitely stuff in this series not to adore. More connected to how the games have been treated rather than the games themselves. But I find it enjoyable. I guess it's more Ivory Tower than Ubisoft. Yeah, that sort of BIOS would definitely play a part, Wayne. No doubt. But even then, though, the game still had to be some fun for you to play it. Because if it was completely dead, but oh, you know that place and you know that place, it would have been cool for a couple of hours, and then that would have been it. Maybe this is blasphemy, but I feel like I'm getting my... Because I've never played Watch Dogs properly. I pirated it once, like, when one first came out, and I had, like, a crappy laptop then. And I had to uninstall it, because it was running at, like, 10 FPS. But I really feel like I'm getting my Watch Dogs fix from Cyberpunk, kinda. Because of, like, the hacks and stuff. I know it's not exactly the same, but... I don't know. I feel like it's got an essence of Watch Dogs about it. Restructure. I mean, what does that mean at this point? Just replace everyone with AI? I watched a lot of gameplay, Simon, of Watch Dogs 3 because it was in London, and all I was doing watching those gameplays was just trying to like look at the environment. I don't know why I didn't buy it at the time. I think I had a reason. I'm not really too sure why. What year did it come out again? Because depending on the year it came out, I think I would know why. But yeah, I definitely had quite a deep look at it on YouTube. But yeah. The representation of London wasn't as good as was promised. In what sense? Because environmentally it looks incredibly familiar. Like I recognized a lot. And what I expected to be around one corner was there. It was a small area, ultimately. I wish it was a bigger map, but then that's just me being greedy, I think. Restructure usually means firing people and then patting stuff on their back. Yeah. Oh yeah, the tube stations were a huge disappointment. Oh my god. I remember... quite vividly watching one video where the person went to what is the one at outside Big Ben? Oh my god, Westminster, and yeah, I was really looking forward to what was going to be down there, and then yeah, it was just that. I was very disappointed about that, I'll be honest. I was very disappointed. Can't expect everything, though. And it was also a bit annoying, the fact that everything was futuristic as well. Again, that's just me being greedy, but I'd have loved everything to be modern day. 2020 it came out. Okay, yeah, I didn't have a PC. I didn't have a PC until September, I think it was, of 2020. And then, yeah, I was just like scratching together finances. Even though that clothing store at Camden Town. That's people dancing on poles. That is not a clothing store I visited, Wayne. But if it's like one of those like really gothic and like punk stores, then yeah, I wouldn't know about it. Some bits are a bit off. Yeah, naturally, I think. Naturally. Particularly in the north. Right. Oh, it'd be incredible, Simon. I've considered looking into it because it's been my dream ever since, like, playing the Italian Job on PS1. Well, I had it on PS2, but the game was made for PS1. Ever since then, I've always dreamed. So I'm talking when I was a kid. My dream was for a realistic game set in London. I used to genuinely have dreams that I was playing a game set in London. Like, I've always been into realism in games. Always. With a game sets to IRL, sets IRL to fantasy or sci-fi. Yeah, that's why I was never really. That's why The Witcher 3, I was like so taken aback by how much I fell in love with that game. Like, I really took not a blind dive, because I got it because of the reviews that I would see of it, but it was never my type of game. I don't even know how I even took that dip, even with all the reviews, but I was glad I did. And I'm so surprised by how much I ended up liking it, because it's just not my type of game at all. Cyberpunk as well. It's only the like hit the good words about it that have got me into it. Again, glad that I did get into it. Yeah, I've always just been a sucker for Sims, basically. Oh my god, you said I didn't even read your comment about The Witcher. Honestly, I sort of just immersed myself in the fantasy world where that kind of was it. because it done everything really well. Like, it was also, if that stuff was real, it's a very realistic game. You know, like, there was a lot of detail involved. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Is that like, what type of game is that? Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm not personally too big a fan of medieval. I like modern day. You created it 1-to-1. Wow. I'll check it out. Again, it's unlikely I'll go for it, but I'll check it out. Cyberdog sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. Sure, I've seen it, just never stepped in. What? That sounds insane. That sounds insane. I feel like Rockstar's approach sometimes, Simon, is a little bit too handholdy. Sometimes. Sometimes it's a little bit too obvious in what you need to do or where you need to go. And it kind of gets in the way of immersion. Much prefer it to getting stuck completely, of course. I mean, Wayne, no comment. Not because I don't want to do political talk, simply because I don't even involve myself in what's going on where. A lot of that news just ends up, I don't know, man. You pay attention to a lot of things, and you feel like, and you realize, not even you realize that sometimes too late that it's really affected your soul. Just like, there's not much good news, if we're being honest, on social media. There's really not much good news. Everything seems to be depressing and negative. So I'll just stay away from it all. I mean, sometimes, even when a game's a bit difficult, if it's like a good game, it makes it worth the effort to try and like figure out what's going on. But a lot of games will be very difficult, but not really warrant the extra effort, and then that's when it just feels like hard work rather than fun. Like, sometimes I've really enjoyed Cyberpunk because of the fact that I'm faced with a bit of a puzzle that I need to work out. Can't be depressed on the world ending if you don't know it's ending. Basically. And it's not only just the news itself that is negative, but then you see what people are saying about it. You go to social media, you look up the topic, and then you're seeing more negative, more and more and more. And it's like, oh my god. Why do we do it to ourselves, man? Exactly, Wayne. That's why I'm happy with my honestly, my Instagram. I've deleted everything. I don't post anything, like my personal one, and all I really see come up is like memes and just brain rot and stupid stuff. Which, as dumb as it is, I would much rather that than just news about, oh, Trump's done this, oh, and this celebrity has done that, and you know. Just stuff that not only will not change my current life, I don't need to know. Oh, the sister of this celebrity done that. The brother of this celebrity is in court. What? I don't care. It doesn't change my life. And it makes me feel negative inside because I'm reading negativity. And I'm going to the comments and it's just negative comments. That was why I left the forums for so long. And even now, now that I've come back to them every now and again, I now have an internal filter of what I allow to like myself to process and what I'll just ignore as noise. And then I see people that give the forums too much attention, and I see it being so detrimental to them, but they just keep feeding into it. And it's a reminder as to what I don't want. Now you know I like me a good puzzle nerd. Dispatching was a hell of a challenge for me. And the only reason I was doing that was because I liked the challenge. I will probably be calling X Twitter for a long time. The name change really doesn't matter much to me. I don't think it matters much to a lot of people as well. A lot of other people. Yeah, so honestly, while watching YouTube, tech stuff, podcast, like Diary of a CEO podcasts, and just maybe some Sidemen content every now and again, and then aside from that, it's just brain rot. And car content every now and again, and that's it. Yeah. To me, X is always an afterthought. It's always Twitter, off the rip. Oh, arguing online. Oh my god. Like, I don't mind trying to teach someone something or trying to help someone understand something. But if I see that they just reject it and they really want to not understand, bro, I've learned to just turn the other way and walk away. Like, it's not that deep. Like, there's that fella I'm sure you've seen, Simon, on the forum, who's doing the petition against Thomas. Why have you let it eat away at you to that level? You've deteriorated mentally, spiritually, I hope not physically, and you've gone to such length and you're just harboring just energy that's so negative, and you're feeding into it, and you wonder why so many people are depressed and suicidal and like all these other things. Sometimes life will hit you and it is what it is, and other times things that can be so easily avoided. Like, not in a mocking way, but there's that meme that's like, what do you mean you're getting bullied online, just turn off the computer? And I know it's a little bit harsh, but it's like, there's a lot of truth in it. There's a lot of truth in that. It's I see it more as a metaphor than anything. Oh, dashcams. Yeah, dashcams are fun. I had like a period of like a couple of months where I was really, really into dashcams. And the motorbike equivalent as well. Yeah. Yeah. That's what annoys me sometimes about LTT. I'm a big fan of them. They've been like my number one tech guys from when I first started watching them in like 2014, 2013. But every now and again, like on one show, which again is a podcast, they're relaxing, they're chilling, they're talking, so you know, it's more of a conversation than like a guide on how to install a CPU, for example. But it still irks me a little bit when they share some opinion, especially because I disagree with them. So naturally it's gonna annoy me. But yeah. Even sometimes when I hear an opinion in a specific video, specifically for something that even I agree with, I get a weird feeling on, oh, how is this gonna be received from other people that might not agree? Did you need to put this in at all? But we've all got free will. Do as you wish. Everyone's allowed to do as they wish, ultimately. I don't hate the Thomas idea either, Simon. I did initially, but then I thought on it, and I no longer hate it. I hate how it was revealed, but yeah, I do not really understand why Sodor is not coming. Like, yeah, it's a bit odd. It's a bit odd to have such a DLC coming the way that it's coming. Oh, Wayne, listen, mate. The things I've heard from like experts and scientists and stuff like that speak on Diary of a CEO, right? There is so much that we involve ourselves in on a day-to-day, physically, mentally, that is not for us, and then we wonder why we get sick and in certain ways, and wonder why we have certain feelings and certain thoughts and stuff like that. Like, you listen to somebody who knows what they're talking about in a particular field, and it just makes so much sense that we are so far misaligned from what we were created for. Oh, there are a lot of Australian compilations nerds. Don't worry, I'm well aware. Well, Simon, yeah, we only got 2 trains as far as I'm aware coming, but they've given us their word that there's more on the way, so, you know, there is that if you're really looking forward to it. But yeah, I feel like Sodo should have been one of the first DLCs in that area. It's really strange to me. Really strange. Because it's entirely its own thing. You cannot bring it in and just slap it, boom, on a real route. It's really, really odd. Really, really odd. I don't know what the logistics were behind that, man. It's that's in the sky. Maybe they're testing the waters. This wasn't the way to do it. To take a fake train and slap it, a toy train and slap it on a real route. That is not the way to do it at all. Even if you bring it in as like some sort of fun rail tour, like that exists in reality, cool. But you're not bringing it in like that. You're bringing in Thomas the Tank Engine as Thomas the Tank Engine. Strange. 200% volume. Oh my god, that reminds me of the East Coast mainline scenario with the oh my god, I forgot the name of it. The green steam train. I forgot the bloody name of it. With that one scenario where you get up to 100 miles an hour and then that loud dance music starts playing. Oh, that was terrible. I think I ended up downloading a mod that muted it. It was that bad. Somebody had made a mod for it. I'm sure he doesn't, Ned. I'll keep my eyes open. Right, I've got roughly half an hour left. This will be the last one of the evening. No, no tracks to our houses. Or you think tracks will stop him? You don't know what Thomas gets up to when the sheds are closed up for the night. This microphone's a bit annoying. I love it. I like it. It works fine. But it's not as good as some others. And I really thought I was buying not the best ever, but I thought I was buying into high end. That is Thomas's theme tune in the night. He puts the balaclava on and the click clack theme tune starts playing. I still don't get this the sideways thing. Why the camera like tilts. Can't figure out whether that's a mod. Well, I don't think it's a mod anyway. I mean, it could be. Probably is, to be honest. I've only got an MV7, not a Plus, I don't think. This is model MV7. But the one that everyone's got is like an SM something, right? Hello, Mark. You saying hello to yourself? Each to their own. How you doing, mate? Maybe the driver's on strokes of a bad back. Well, with how aggressive some of these like judders are, I wouldn't be surprised. Face has been really itchy today, man. I don't know what it is, no, but I'll see like content creators with their mics like way away from their mouths, and somehow the sound quality still picks up really well. It picks up and it picks up really well. And I just can't get mine to emulate that. And there's just a smoothness that they all seem to have that I can't nail down. Like, I've tried, but I can't nail it down. Whatever comes up, ASR. Maybe a Pendolino. I haven't driven a Pendolino in a while. Maybe a Pendolino, maybe a Trax. I haven't driven a Trax in a while either. I don't know. We'll see. I'm yet undecided. Straight without a video. Well, when I do that, nerd, I find that it picks up a lot of background noise. So I can't raw dog it. I mean, what is there really to advertise, Wayne? What really is there to advertise, man? The length is not anything crazy. There's no new trains. What is there to advertise? They'll pull out some. I'm sure they pulled out some bollocks. I haven't seen the promotion material myself, but off the top of my head, what is there to say other than, oh, this is a new route? Maybe the dragon. Yeah. Maybe the dragon. Just depends on what I get at the time that I get it. I don't think I can use that, nerd, because I don't use this via Type B cable, which even that is quite embarrassing. But I use it via I use an XLR, and so I can't use the app or any of the functions on the microphone itself, because there are some functions on here. Yeah, maybe ASR. I would love to, as long as it's like a full route. That's what I would love to do. If it's a full run. Yeah, I've heard positive about the route itself. And I personally like that there's a change in, you know, kind of like travel. It's what route was it? It was a route like that that I really enjoy, because it has that change in, like, from high speed running to curvy, basically. I like that. I just don't like everything else. I have learned, and to be fair, mate, I didn't really notice a drop in quality, if I'm gonna be honest with you. It sounded exactly the same, and even when I used it for my phone, that was how I used it, I don't think you guys noticed any dip in quality. It's just that Type B. I just didn't know, man. I did do research, I just didn't research enough, because apparently there's a Type C version. So it's a real shame. Yeah, which is absolutely insane, Wayne. Absolutely insane. Not Semmering. ASR, nah. And Simon, no. I haven't even played enough of that route, I'll be honest with you. Like, we played it when it first released, right? And then it's come up a couple of times in Request the Route. And honestly, that's it. I haven't played it. The only time I've played it solo was when I made like a VR video when I was playing TSW4 in VR. That was it. I'm not too fussed about remembering, don't worry. That's the Type C version of MV7 Plus, yeah, man. And maybe it was you that had the discussion with Nerd, but I think it ended up costing similar to what I paid anyway. So, I won't lie, that really sucked. That really, really sucked. Issues. It was like I said, I just can't get it to emulate what I see seemingly everyone else is able to do with it. Like, I need it to be this close. Because if I put it over here, you're not really going to be able to hear much if you can hear anything at all. Although it seems to be picking up pretty well on OBS, but the quality compared to me having it here is just not the same. And that's what I'm saying. People will have it. I don't want it in shot. I would rather not have the microphone in shot. But for the quality to be pretty decent, seems like I need to have it right here. And even I think before NVIDIA broadcast, I had it pretty close. I remember I was doing a lot of like kind of like testing on where would be best to put it, and I could never put it too far away from my mouth. Came out later, yeah, but I think it came out. I don't know. Maybe I hope it came out after I bought this. Simon, honestly, I don't want Dovetail to have anything to do with Simco. I'll be honest. I don't want anything to remotely display the possibility of corrupting Simco. It's designed to be close-ish. Yeah, alongside the gain being really high. Yeah, like I said, I did do a fair bit of research, just not enough. But it's all good anyway. It's doing the job. It's never. I've never been in a situation where it hasn't done me justice. There are just times when I'd prefer it to be away from me, and yeah, it's not really possible. That's the thing as well. There'll be some podcasting action soon. If it's going to be recorded from here, that is something I've been slightly worried about. Yeah, I wouldn't want any mixing of anything. The only mixing that I know of so far is that Matt sometimes plays Simro, and I'm happy for that to be as far as it ever goes. Oh, it's not great ASR. There's no doubt about it. You can just tell. And this has already had some like enhancements done to it. You can tell. Don't get me wrong, yeah. Like, these reflections are gorgeous. These type of reflections. There's a lot of them. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know how much that is. How much of that is down to the enhancement packs. But, however, whatever's the cause of it, they're gorgeous. But then you've got stuff like the Speedo. And it just looks... I'm playing at 4K. Look at that. I'm playing at 4K. You want to be banned on multiplayer? Why? I have a lavalier mic. It's not the best quality in the world, Wayne. Although it's pretty actually, it's actually pretty decent in the right conditions. But no, this would be a much better fit. But yeah, now I am planning on making different types of videos, and yeah, for that the lavaliers will come clutch. I've got them here with me. Oh, ASR. Let's not talk about the RAM and GPU usage, eh? Let's not even go there. You guys have seen many times in the past the usage, the usage sets, and it's been interesting to say the least. Absolutely, Wayne, and it's what I always say. You know, I always say it. I said, in the right conditions, TSW is absolutely an eye candy game. Absolutely. But then you start paying attention. Yeah. My sleeping pattern will be interesting this week. I'm trying to aim for minimum 6 hours. But boy. There's no FPS counters in Star Me, it's for a reason. Performance in TSW will always be a meme, man, until they get off their asses and decide to do something about it. It will always be a meme. It's not beyond. It's beyond even just genuine complaints. It's a meme. It's a meme at this point. When someone's got a 4090, it's using all of the VRAM. 64 gigabytes of RAM on his system. The game's using like 40 or 50 something gig. And he's still having issues and stuttering. Come on, man. It's a joke you can't even write. Because it would just sound a little bit too ridiculous. You know what's wild? I see in these 80s routes, right, that there wasn't any, there's no like warning for speed limit drops. You just get one sign and it's a speed limit. So you really have to actually know where they're all placed. $1,500 is already obsolete. It will be. It will be. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna have perfect performance. Anyway, I'm gonna be downgrading to a 1440p monitor most likely. Hopefully that will help a little bit. I'm interested to see how high the frames are gonna go though, because I'm gonna have I'm going for 240 hertz, so it's gonna be interesting. I don't think I'll ever see 240 frames in TSW, but we'll see. I don't understand that as well, that stance, Wayne. By all means, be a fan of something, want the best for it, and when appropriate, or when necessary, defend it, of course. But with facts, logic, sense, evidence. Not just you've taken a dump in a toilet and you've pulled it out of your hand and you've put it in your mouth and you're not regurgitating it. It goes back to what we were saying about like arguing online. A lot of those people you can't argue with. You can't argue with someone who's not. I don't get that point in like, are we having a debate, or are we trying to show the other person that what I'm saying is correct and here's why? Because a lot of it just seems like they just want to debate. Arguing for the sake of arguing. Simro's definitely not with that his performance hitches. I mean, I haven't gone to Warsaw yet since the update, since the release. So I'm yet to see how much has improved. But at least previously, it definitely wasn't without its own set of problems, performance-wise. But they were never as bad as what we see in TSW. Last time I checked for firmware updates, a long time. I'll be honest, a long time. That might be a good shout. Absolutely, Wayne. Absolutely. It's already difficult getting developers to change the way they do things as it is, let alone when you've got people puffing them up and making them feel like heroes for the bad decisions they make. September of last year. Then it's one that I haven't downloaded yet. Nerd. Don't know how much of a difference it will make, but we'll give it a go. I guess I would need to do it through like a Type B cable then, right? I don't think I'd be able to do it through my what even is that? It's not an adapter of any sort. It's not a mixer. Is it a mixer? Whatever I plug my XLR into. USB only, yeah. But I don't even know if I should have a Type B. I think I've got one Type B cable, but it's like ripped. Do you guys have anyone that's currently live that you want to raid? I think I was okay going into full service, but I didn't want to risk it. Did not want to risk it. XLR's analog only. Maybe your mix was the problem. No, like I said earlier, there wasn't any difference in sound quality when I used it via USB. You ran this light twice. It catches you out. I won't lie, it catches you out. I think it's almost caught me out every single time. What do you mean by my mixer for XLR? I'm not sure. In my setup is I've got the okay. Let's call it an interface, which is what my microphone plugs into via USB. Sorry, via XLR, and then the interface plugs into my PC via USB-C for power, and that's it. It's powered by the interface itself. Is a Scarlett Solo. Oh, ASR, a classic. Oh, a classic, my man. Yes, of course. All the rain effects in it. Ah, yes. That would annoy me the most on the Bakerloo line. When half of the route, or 3/4 of the route, is in a tunnel. And you're slipping and sliding. London Underground is just very leaky. It is, to be fair. Oh wow, ASR. Enjoy it. Use the sound mod. There's a sound mod for it on TSC. Well done. Shut down the cab. Ready for the next driver to take over. Yes, sir. Not much yellows, you know. We had to wait. We had to wait for the train at the beginning. Where on earth is shutdown? Okay, so I had to put this into off first. Didn't tell me that, did ya? Alright, so last one. Another platinum. Shock. They said they were going to make it more difficult. Maybe I'm just good. I don't know. Maybe I've just got what it takes, you know? Is XLR set to the highest bit depth and sample rate? Huh? Oh, nice that you have it installed ASR. No, hold on a second. What are you talking about? Let me open my... Because the software for the mixer is Focusrite. Open then. Oh my god, this is what it's doing to me. It's trolling me hard. It's opening up the set of options on my other monitor when I right click it, but like I'm trying to open it from the drop down from the taskbar. Oh wait, I talk loud. I'll be very honest with you. I shock my sometimes when I remove like one earphone, I shock myself at how loud I'm talking. Yeah, noise cancelling room is definitely one thing. Your Scarlet Solo is set to the highest sample rate bit depth. That can make a difference. It's set to it already. You're saying? Oh, let me close the game because I think the games have an effect. Hold on. Let me do display capture. As a matter of fact, let me even just close. Let me disconnect this as a monitor. Okay. So now, if I do display capture, boom. Hello. So this is it, yeah. So sample rates. So shall I put it on 192,000? I don't know if it is. Well, it's not. It's on 48,000, but it can go up to 192,000. So shall I just like max it out? Okay, we back? Yeah, there we go. I just basically reset NVIDIA broadcast. So sorry, I was saying, so let me go back to what I was saying. So what about the buffer size? Shall I increase the buffer size? Buffer size is 192. Shall I increase it to 1024? Okay, I'll leave the buffer size as it is. I'll close that. There's also another thing for this app. There's this. I guess I'll just leave it though. Windows sound. Oh, it always does this. Windows sound. Can you still hear me? Yeah. Input. Yeah, I usually have a video broadcast for everything. The Inception. Oh, when I open OBS, yeah, it's cool. Input. Is it manage sound devices? No. Ah, I know where I'm trying to go. I know where I'm trying to go. In here? No. Where's the Where's the sound control panel? I think this is it. Yeah. Is this where you wanted to go? Or have I just gone way ahead? Okay, so recording. Uh so shall I I should mess with it should be it should be this basically, right? The Focusrite audio. Mic is set to high. Levels. Yeah, levels on 100. Um 2 channel 24-bit 192,000 hertz or 192 kilohertz. And then for a video broadcast, levels are also 100 as well. Properties. Oh yeah, it's basically what I was doing, double clicking. Well, that's the highest for that one, and then for this one as well. For some reason, it's locked. It's locked to DVD quality. I can't. Oh, hold on. No, even if I untick this, I still can't. It still doesn't let me do anything with it. To be clear, I'm content with the sound. I just can't. I don't know. I just think it could be better in it, but NVIDIA only does it at that sample rate and bit depth. Okay. So if I. Okay, cool, whatever. Okay, cool. So now let's say I switch my mic to. All right. So this is. So now they should be using. You see how it's only coming from one side? Anyway, they should be using my actual microphone, but I can see it's only coming from one end. It's mono for some reason instead of stereo. I have tried it. I've tried it with like filters, um, and it was okay, but not as good. I don't feel like as it was for as it was put it in mono in OBS. Uh, where over here? Is that fixed it? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. So it is, but I think this is it though, without any filters or anything. If I'm not mistaken, this is just um, pure mic, basically, without NVIDIA broadcast. This is just a mic itself. So you lot can tell me if it sounds if it sounds much different. I'll listen to it back myself later on, but you lot can tell me if you think it sounds any different. But yeah, it's just more so because there's a lot of there can be a lot of background noise. I find NVIDIA broadcast helps to just keep that at bay, basically, which sometimes can affect the quality of the final audio. Um, but yeah, hopefully I move out not too long from now, and then have like a dedicated space that I can properly um sort out the sound for. Right, I'll leave you guys with a black screen. No, this does pretty. Honestly, I'm pretty content with this. Sorry if this is really loud. Pretty content with it as it comes, to be honest. Yeah, yeah, I ain't got to worry about the settings. Right, seeing as you guys don't really have anyone to raid. Oh yeah, the new firmware as well. I'll tend to that as well. Yeah, thank you, thank you. As there's really no one to raid, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and until tomorrow's scheduled stream, Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Health is wealth. And until the next one. Again, peace out.